Welcome back. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi received visiting Romanian counterpart at Al Ittihadiyya Presidential Palace on Wednesday, where they held a summit talk on a number of regional and international files. Following their meeting, the two leaders held a joint press conference during which President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi welcomed the Romanian president and praised the friendly relations binding the two nations. More details in the following story.
President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi received visiting Romanian counterpart Klaus Iohannis at Al Ittihadiyya Presidential Palace on Wednesday, where they held summit talks on a number of regional and international files. Following their meeting, the two leaders held a joint press conference during which President el-Sisi welcomed the Romanian president and he praised the friendly relations binding the two nations. The president reiterated that the talks tackled means of boosting joint cooperation in fields of energy, tourism and investment. The head of state said that the talks also covered the latest developments in the Libyan issue, the Palestinian cause and the Syrian crisis, as well as illegal migration file. For his part, Iohannis expressed gratitude for President el-Sisi's welcome for his visit and asserted the country's keenness on enhancing bilateral trade relations and opening new markets in Africa. Iohannis said that he discussed with President el-Sisi a number of regional and international issues of mutual concern, where he pointed out that Romania is ready to offer support for Syrian and Libyan peoples. The talks also touched means of fostering cooperation between Egypt and Romania and the industry field through implementing a number of new projects during the coming period.
Presidential spokesman Bassem Radi said that President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi issued a decree on Wednesday appointing Major General Osam Askar as the Armed Force Chief of Staff. Foreign Minister Sameh Shukri stressed on the significance of raising the level of climate actions to all aspects, including the decrease of gas emissions that cause climate change. Shukri also called on the international community to support the developed countries, especially in the African continent, to enable the commitment with Paris Accord. The minister's remarks came in his recorded speech to the high-level meeting of the United Nations General Assembly. Shukri expressed Egypt's keenness to participate in the 26th round of the UN Climate Change Conference, which is due to be held next month. The top diplomat also asserted the importance of the upcoming meeting to reach settlements for the outstanding issues since the previous meeting and means of providing an international funding to comfort climate change repercussions. The UN Security Council resumed an emergency closed-door session on Wednesday addressing the crisis in Sudan, which was requested by Britain, Estonia, France, Ireland, Norway and the United States. Earlier, UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres called for the immediate release of Sudan's Prime Minister Abdallah Hamdok, who was detained on a day earlier. The Guterres said that the geopolitical divides were preventing the Security Council from taking strong measures as countries around the world grapple with the pandemic and social and economic problems. Meanwhile, Sudan's top general Abdel Fattah al-Burhan earlier said that he had discussed with Hamdok widening political participation until the night before the dismissal of the government, adding that they had presented him with 3 options for resolving the crisis. He noted that he reviewed with U.S. Special Envoy Jeffrey Fletman how to resolve the stalemate between the political forces and army. Sudan will reopen Khartoum airport to all inbound and outbound flights on Wednesday following unrest due to a military coup. Civilian Aviation Authority Director General Ibrahim Adlan said that Khartoum Airport will resume operations starting Wednesday 4 p.m. Cairo local time. On Tuesday, Adlan said Sudan has suspended flights until October the 30th. The Ministry of Health and Population reported 871 new coronavirus cases and 42 deaths. In its daily report, the Health Ministry said that the number of recoveries has exceeded 875,000 cases from 275,637 reported infections since the start of the pandemic. The ministry said it is on the high alert and following up on developments to fend against any possible viruses or contagious diseases.